Alright, y'all. What is good? Welcome to another video. So, if I sound like I'm out of it or I'm bored, it's because I'm actually tired. But, I decided to make this video because, just in case I forget on making this video for real. Because I be a forgetful person sometimes. It be like that sometimes. So a lot has happened in one day, but my shit been lit, my week been the ending of my week has been amazing. Like this weekend has been amazing. Yesterday was amazing. Um ate me some good ass KFC, bro. For the longest time I haven't eaten KFC. And you know, for the longest time I eaten KFC and I watched Survivor Series, the original Bloodline won against the new fake ass Bloodline. It was amazing. So great time. I see him. I was helping Roman and everything, And today I had some fun with my sister's kids and stuff. We was getting lit to BTS music and everything. They love BTS and everything. So she was lit. She was fun today. We played Minecraft too. So there's that. So shit has been going well, but enough of that. Already long ass introduction. I don't have time to do all that. So let's just get right into the video. Let's just get right into it. So the reason why I'm making this video today is because I noticed in all my years of Mugen history, no one has literally made a video about which version of Mugen people should try or recommend or get into. Which is crazy because there's it's crazy because like bro, we advanced so far in the community, Mugen is in general and to the fact that we should be already making videos like that. But when you search a video saying what version should I use first, nobody has made that. So I decided I'm going to be one to step up as per usual as the original tribal chief of the Mujin game because no one for some reason like has suggested or recommended what version or hey told them what version they think is good for their PC. I'm gonna be doing that today, but I'm gonna keep it really simple. It's not gonna be crazy, and my receipts and proof of each version and how they work, the pros and cons, is gonna be using my content. Cause believe it or not, I have been um using pretty much majority of Mugen screen packs and Mugens in general. I've utilized, worked on every version of Mugen, Winmugen 1.0, and the worst one, 1.1b. Yeah, I know you're gonna be in the content, but 1.1b is not the worst. But I will get into that. If you could run 1.1, good for you. But some cannot. Okay, sorry, something. Oh, hair in my mouth. So, other than that, that's what I want to say. At the end of the day, this is all strictly up to you on what version you want to use. If at the end of the video you want to use mainly Winmugen, go ahead. If you want to use 1.0, go ahead. 1.1, go ahead. Remember, this is all based on my experience, and this is just my opinion as well. So these are just recommendations. This is just getting a feel of how which version it is, and I'm going to be using my experience, my content, for example, as receipts and explain damn near everything. I'm not going to exaggerate. I'm going to go into great ass detail. So enough of that. We're gonna start with the very first version of Mudging, which is Winmugen right here. Cause see, I got everything written down so you guys can read. If this is too bright as hell, it is what it is. All right. So you guys, let's start it off. Which version of Mudging should I use? It's simple. Choose what is good for your PC. So we're gonna start off, with Winmugen. It is old, but gold version of Mugen is the very first version of Mugen that came out in the 1990s, late 1990s. So, what is the pros and what is the cons of using Winmugen? It's simple. It doesn't depend on RAM to load characters. can load pretty fast and can load tons of characters no problems. And if you are a cheapy enthusiast and you love cheapies just like me, it's the best version of Mugen that can handle tons of cheapies. If you don't know what a cheapie is, it basically means an overpowered character, okay? There. So the cons is one character can cause the Mugen not to load. It's crazy, I know, but from my personal experience, it's gonna be you would like from my personal experience, this is not a bad crash. It's fixable, unlike a 1.1, which I will get to very soon. And of course, some screen packs that is Winmugen and Winmugen. Actually, I'm gonna put this Winmugen slash Winmugen Plus, cause we tend to leave out that version, and I'm not about to be one of them people. So some screen packs has music playing whenever it feels like it, which is true. So we're gonna actually start with the first receipt, okay? We're gonna start with the first receipt, and I'm actually gonna put something extra. If any authors or screen covers come up on here, I'm gonna add this for you guys. Can be hard to convert to. Hold on. Mugen Plus can be hard to convert to a newer version of Mugen due to its, you know, resize problem. Meaning, for example, the select screen could look fine, but the title screen and the visa screen can look fucked up. So we're gonna get into Winmugen slash Winmugen Plus. So I will use one receipt for this, which is Eve Battle. So this is a project that I have been working on since, as you can tell, earlier this year. And this project is a pretty big deal because no one has done this before. Nobody has made a Mugen with 3,000 overpowered and old characters from Winmugen. No one has bothered to do that. So my first, believe it or not, the first version of this was on Mugen AX. I'm not kidding with you. It's on Mugen AX. It's on Mugen AX. And on top of that, not only I couldn't finish it on that screen pack, at the time I was new to using Winmugen again after so long. I was like, what the freak? I can't find the problem. Just to find out that when I was working on, I'm gonna show you guys my channel. I'm gonna search up Winmugen Red, and this is gonna come up. I muted everything. Look at that. Just to find out, when I was working on Winmugen Red, the character Kill All. The character Kill All, which I'm gonna show you what that nigga is. If you don't know who Kill All is, then here it is. We're gonna go here. This nigga. Actually, I'm not gonna go here because these people shadow ban the hell out of me, and I want y'all to see what my account is. So it's this dude right fucking here. This dude right here literally prevents Winmugen from starting up. So if you use Winmugen for just cheapy purposes or just to do that shit, do not use this character. There is some Winmugens where this dude can work, but if you're working on a project like like what I did, or like we're working on a Winmugen roster, he just can't go in there. This dude will completely prevent your your Mugen from starting up. I'm not joking. That's like the only con with Winmugen. It can't handle characters like Kill All. Sometimes some Winmugen screen packs it can, and some cannot. but that's the only con. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. So I'm just using my experience for example for Winmugen. So Winmugen, if you like an old or gold version of Winmugen, keep in mind of the cons, which is it. Not only kill all. For example, kill all. Not only the kill all literally prevents it from starting up. And the purple color count too. I know because I was working on what was it? I was working on Majin Station. Basically, like I said, I'm gonna keep using receipts of my for my channel. I'm gonna keep using receipts here. I was basically using Majin Station, the 3000 slot edition. That's for Winmugen Plus. There was a time when I was making it, a character would not load. Like no, the Mudget would not load. See, this is the one. When I was working on this from personal experience, this could not load for me because the purple could have clown. Because remember, the reason why I say it's better to just deal with Winmudgeon crashes and 1.1b crashes because it's just character cost. You can just go through select def. If you add your characters carefully, like by fives or tens, which should be no problem. You just put random selects on what you may think be the cause of the crash, and then try to load up the Mudgeon, and then if it still doesn't load, you keep going until it does load, and you go back, oh shit, it was this nigga. So that's how I found out. It will be characters like the purple clown, such a purple colored clown, which is a Donald edit that will prevent it from loading, and it's fixable. Okay, some screen packs has music playing whenever, which is true, because in this smudge in here, in fact, I'm gonna unmute this. It's an instrumental though. Watch. So you hear the music. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this up, and in the very beginning, you ain't gonna hear no music. Like you hear music here. When I say it plays music whenever, I mean like in the title screen plays mainly music, but in the select screen, you won't hear anything. In the visa screen, you won't hear anything. There was even times in other Winmudgeons where you hear select screen music and the tile screen music, but you won't hear the visa screen music. So that's what's sort of wrong with Winmudgeon in general, especially Winmudgeon Plus. So of course you hear this, see, but look, you hear nothing when you come here. Now 1.0 there's no problem, but on Winmugen that's to be expected. So if you put some banger ass music into your Mugen, do not always expect to hear it. This shouldn't be too much of a deal breaker because the music does work for Winmugen, but it just does not, you know, it just doesn't play as you think it's gonna play. Sometimes it's gonna play when it feels like it. Cause watch, see, you hear nothing, right? I'm going through the roster, all that other stuff. But see, you hear it? You hear the music? It's proof in this way right here. It's a receipt. So if you want the music, just right here. But watch, when we hit the visa screen, watch. It's not gonna, like I said, because my budget has receipts here. Watch, so watch. See? Nothing. What do you think was supposed to play? This was supposed to play. Now this ad is not supposed to play. This is what you're supposed to hear in basically the visa screen. And then it ends from there. Cause visa screen music doesn't really, play for that long. So that's just something to expect when getting Winmugen. Now, Winmugen Plus can be hard to convert to new version Mugen, which is true. In fact, let me see if I still have them. Other downloads, let's see. Ah, there they are. So if you didn't know, Oblivion, Winmugen Core Station, that screen pack you just saw with 3,000 characters, that was Winmugen Plus. Winmugen Gold is fixed, and I did release it already. And Black and White is fixed too. I don't know if I released it already. I might have to check after this. But these have been fixed. But look at this. I'm gonna show you something. Oblivion is Winmugen Plus, right? So, say you're like somebody that just, I like Winmugen, but I want to play this. I want the screenbook on this version or that version. Um, nigga, this is gonna basically happen if you manage to somehow successfully convert it to like 1.0. This is what you're gonna see. See, I converted it, and Old Gamer actually showed me. So I converted this successfully, and Old Gamer showed me that, oh, it's the title on the V screen that's actually the problem, not the select screen, because you need to do some tweaks in the system.def. So see, it's 1.0, but look, you have to do some modifications just to get this in the center. Now, did I ever do it? Hell nah, because it's difficult and it takes so many hours to do. So watch. We go to watch, but look. The select screen is okay, except for that Kung Fu Man right there. But that's just one example. I'm gonna show you another example. Came with receipts today, so I can't for real. So this is the 3,000 characters one. Look, fucked up. It says select mode, and you can't even see, but you can select something. But look, this is perfectly fine. And but look, there's no font. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So if you try to convert this, it's not gonna it's gonna look like this. So Winmugen Plus is just something you're gonna have to play with the original hardware. So there's that on Winmugen Plus. So if you think none of these are a deal breaker for you and you're perfectly fine and you're a person that likes to mess around with cheapies and you think the pros overweigh the cons, which from my experience I think they do, and hell even I would recommend Winmugen Plus because no Winmugen slash Winmugen Plus doesn't matter what Winmugen you use because because I've worked on many Winmugens. You can see it on my channel. I worked on many Winmugens, and if you love cheapies, Winmugen is for you. Now 1.0, that's fine. If you want to use cheapies on there, cool. But cheapies just seem to be so much better, so much easier to use on Winmugen. They go much harder. You see the effects, you see everything. So if you're a cheap enthusiast like me, or you want a version of Winmugen that's old in gold and overweight, and the pros overweight the cons, and you don't mind any of these, and the cons are not a deal breaker for you, Winmugen is the way to go. Besides, not gonna lie, there's gonna be times you're gonna feel pretty nostalgic using it too, because Winmugen did come at a time where it's like around the 1990 the 1990 early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Hell, I'm not gonna lie to you. Winmugen would be my most second favorite version of Mudgeon to use. I'm not gonna lie to you. So we are done with Winmugen. We're now gonna go to 1.0. Okay, I'm like 1.0. We're just gonna focus on that. Okay, hold on, cause I want to focus on this. So whatever. So 1.0 doesn't entirely depend on RAM to load characters. Now you probably wonder what do you mean entirely? The reason why I say entirely because this is important because in the past I used to say, "Oh, it doesn't depend on RAM to load characters," but I was on a call with older gamer today when he was teaching me how to modify screen packs and how to edit slots, which I will make a video on because, not gonna lie, it's a good first step on how to make, whatever mojo screen pack you want to desired slots you want it to be, instead of just being like, oh, I'll accept it how it is. I'll get to that soon. I'll make a tutorial of that soon. But I ain't gonna lie. Definitely another time. Excuse me with that. So apparently from old gear I found out that it does use RAM but not as much, and it depends on, but not as much. But he said in general it does use RAM. He was there for the development of both versions of 1.0 and 1.1. He said it does depend on RAM, but from my experience, it it does not entirely depend on it because it does take some time to load, but it can load tons of characters with no problem. Can also handle chibis with no problem whatsoever, and it's literally the most stable version of Mugen. It is. The only cons it has is that some 1.0 screen pads can crash if you load tons of characters, but the fix is so damn easy. You just need to add the 4 GB patch, and it works again, no problem. Literally. That's literally a Mugen Matrix. Can crash if you put the default settings for the controls, meaning that if you go to settings and you click on, like, I'm gonna show you, I'm going to load 1.0. 1.0 Mugen, here, extract here, and then we're gonna open this. I'm gonna see if it does crash for real though, cause when old gamer was showing me, he said basically it do not be crashing. So I don't know why F1 does not work. So here's what I'm gonna do. So if you go to options here and you choose like F3, apparently it's gonna crash or something, or it's gonna fuck up. F3 or F4. Nothing happened so far, but I do see the game glitch a little bit, which I guess is what he mean what he was talking about. It did look fucked up there for a second, like that. Yeah, the game is tweaking. It's tweaking. Yeah, I'm starting to see little like stuff like that on there. So yeah, so that's the only problem this thing has. But that's it. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna immediately. I don't care if I sound like I'm glazing this version because I'm a gladly glaze it. I don't care. But 1.0 is the best version of Mudget, and I highly recommend it because literally, as much as in my heart I love Winmugen. Hell, when I was into Mudget very young, it was you know lit and everything. But 1.0 is just the best, okay? It's the most stable. There's actually nothing else I can say. It's the most stable version ever of Mugen. It's literally it's like I can't say it's 100% better than Winmugen. I'm saying it's just as good, but a little bit more better than Winmugen. Like Winmugen and 1.0 is that tag team you want. It's like the Usos, right? Like if you a W fan and you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. Okay? 1.0 is Jay Uso, yeet, yeet. And literally, Winmugen is Jimmy. Like Jimmy is great, but man's got some cons, but you love him. So, for example, I'm gonna use Mugen Matrix as the biggest example of why, you know, Winmugen is amazing. Because the cons, literally, there's no point in showing the cons because it, they're fixable. They're so fixable. Literally. It's not even a joke. So, see how there's like more pros? Like this has three cons, this has four pros, this has literally five pros and two cons. Like, bro, come on, man. My biggest example of why 1.0 is worth it is because look, I did this project right here. I'm not gonna play any music because it's gonna be copyright on this video. The like, look, LA Knight's themes right here, which I did use it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I did use LA Knight's theme on the title screen, but I used not the Rocks, Roman Reigns themes in the select screen. So look at this. Like, I'm just gonna jump to the good part. I'm just gonna jump to the good part right here. Look. Can 1.1 run this? No, it can't. But you wanna know what's the craziest part? The original creator of this freaking screen pack made this 1.1. Fucking crazy, right? 1.1 can't even load this many characters. It's gonna die on you before it does that. It's gonna say out of fucking memory, bro. This Mugen alone is the biggest example of why 1.0 is amazing. Now, I already know some people gonna comment saying, but Winmugen can do that too. And you're right. I will guess what? You know what? I will pair these two. I will go to my community post right now, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Look, this is Winmugen right here. Because this is Winmugen. See, this is okay, yes, extremely satisfied. Okay. Easy post, yeah, whatever. Thank you. Okay, so look, see, this is Winmugen. This is 3,000 characters you're seeing here. Okay? This is 3,000 characters. And then on top of that, this is also Winmugen. This is also Winmugen right here. 3,000 characters. I don't know why it shows it like that. But the videos of these on my Discord. See 3,000 characters. 1,000 characters. This is Winmugen. This is 1.1. No, not 1.1. This is 1.0. But look, 5,000 characters. Winmugen can do it too. But remember, Winmugen, I'm not gonna lie to you, even though I would ride or die for Winmugen and recommend that version to you, 1.0 is still better in a way. It's neck and neck with Winmugen because while Winmugen can be on the same level as Mugen Matrix, there's still cons. Cause I'm not gonna lie to you, those Winmugen rosters I just showed you, this one, this one, and this one, and even this one was hard as hell to fill up. And you know why? Because there were so many crashes. There was characters that wasn't even kill all, named kill all, or the purple colored clown that was creating crashes. I would have to put random select on the whole row. The Mugen that I worked on the longest with was literally this one. This is the one that had so many fucking crashes. I'm not even kidding you. Because there's always one character. It's crazy how one character can just completely stop a Mugen from loading entirely. So that's why, at the end of the day, Mugen is neck and neck, but 1.0 is just a little bit higher. And in fact, I highly recommend it because you're gonna not have any bad experiences 1.0. That's the crazy thing. And if you do, it's fixable. It's literally fixable. You're not gonna have any bad experiences. You're not gonna have any issues running nothing with 1.0. Because, yes, there's like Winmugens that can have up to 7,000 characters, but it's not going to even be easy to fill up. And don't forget, Winmugen in general don't have that many um characters for its version. And when there is, because don't get me wrong, there still are Winmugen characters that are getting released this day still. You never know. One of them are just gonna be the reason why your Mugen can't even start. So this video alone is pause because copyright. Okay, it's muted because of copyright. Is an example why 1.0 is so amazing. Look at this. And this is the biggest Mugen I've ever created. And what version is on? 1.0. Not no 1.1. Not no Winmugen. Not no Winmugen Plus. Not no 1.1 plus 1.0. That's all. That's why this was possible. That's why there's so many characters for this version too, as you can clearly tell, because it's the most stable version. So if I was you, I would start 1.0, not 1.1. But at the same time, remember this is just recommendations. This is from my experience, and it depends on you. Okay. So now we're done with the good stuff. Now we're gonna get to my personal experience with the most flawed version of Mugen. So I'm gonna get off of all of this, and I'm gonna get off of this and this. This we're gonna get to soon, but now we're gonna get to this. Oh brother. Oh brother, oh brother, oh brother. We have the final boss that nobody like, bro, and that is 1.1b. Now, I can't even say much about this version, but that it's so flawed. This version of Mugen only has two pros, and I'm not even joking with you. But the cons outweigh it bad, and you can't say, well, you don't know what you're talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about because I'm gonna show you something. And to the point where you're gonna be like, damn, this bitch was struggling. This bitch was fucking struggling. Pardon my language so far in this video, but I'm just standing on business, okay? I'm being brutally honest with anyone who watches this, okay? If you like a faster version of something and you have a good zoom in feature and you like good zoom in features and you have this super epic expensive $1,000 gaming PC, then 1.1 might be a very good experience for you. But if you have a regular PC or a regular gaming computer, or hell, just a Steam Deck, or even just just a regular PC in general, this is not for you. I know from experience, because I'm gonna read this to you. So that's all this has really. For the pros, it can be very fast and has a good zoom in feature. And it's true though. It's true. It's HD. It's 4K too. I forgot to add that in there. Has good resolution and is not good graphics. Yes. And utilizes OpenGL for the transparency and all that good crap. It looks amazing. It looks good. It runs a little smoother. But this shit is heavily dependent on RAM. Cannot handle tons of characters. Has too many crashes. And it's the least stable version of Mugen MV. I'm not lying, because that's what the B1 stands for. It's a beta. It's due to it being a beta, and it requires you to spend a lot of money on advanced PC to use it, which is true. But you know what's crazy? I can't even guarantee that part because I tried to make Legacy Mugen like y'all don't understand. So see this right here? I'm gonna go from the very beginning. So I'm gonna show you the hell I went through with this version, okay? So if you didn't know, I was going to make I'm just going to show this and I'm going to explain everything. Because if you want to read it yourself, go ahead. Like, you could pause right here and you're going to get an idea of what I went through with this shit. But if you prefer to listen than read, okay, here's what happened. So I decided to redo the 3,000 oh, excuse me, 3,000 character project again, but this time with jump star characters, like jump ultimate star characters, because I saw a lot of large jump star ultimate star, character mudgeons, thousands of anime characters and shit. I was like, that's weird. Why nobody made a really large one? So I try to be the first one to do that. What do you think happened? I couldn't even use it. I couldn't even use this on my desktop. I had to move this to my Steam Deck. Even on my Steam Deck, look what I had to do. See, out of memory, and remember, this is on my Steam Deck. So to sum up this situation, 1.1b is so fucking bad that I can't even run this game. This is where it crashed at, by the way. It didn't even reach this, but it crashed and I reached like right here, I think. So like look at this. Like it's getting ridiculous, man. And the worst part is this shit flopped because of how bad this was. It flopped. You probably not. What do you mean it flopped? I mean, like, as soon as I released the Just Smudge and that was in 1.0, this shit flopped bad. Like, people were so hyped for it. And, hold on. People were so hyped for it. But look, it even crack. It even crack like 400, 500, 600. Not even 1,000 views because I told everyone, sorry, I can't use 1.1. It sucks ass. It does. Like, I don't care if you guys go in the comments and be like, bro, why she bashing? Why she hating on 1.1b? Because it simply is just that flawed of a version. Now, I will tell you this though. If you think I'm hating too hard and you think I don't know what I'm talking about and you think that was nothing, that's fine. But just letting you know, at the end of the day, I have worked on 1.1 before. I have. I really have. See, I've worked on this before, and you want to know why I was even lucky? Here we go again. And Opera GX was supposed to be blocking these ads, but I guess. See? So now you're probably wondering how you was able to do this. Um, Hold on, I'm gonna say this right now. You wanna know why I was able to even do some shit like this? How I was even lucky? Cause what you're looking at is characters that are all for 1.0. That's all in this Mugen. I'm not even kidding with you. That's how I found out I was getting so lucky. Because when you ask, that's why I realized I couldn't even do the project. Because when you actually start adding 1.1 characters, and I mean like a whole bunch of 1.1b characters to a 1.1 screen pack, that's when that out of memory shit gonna come up. And the crazy part is I did experience out of memory this too. But I did apply the 4 GB patch. But you wanna know what's crazy? Some dude on Mugen Free for All. I think his name is Game Master. This dude said, "Oh my god, I'm having so many issues with this. I extracted it, blah blah blah. This thing can't run." You wanna know? This dude, he doesn't realize that it's because this is 1.1b. So this is not gonna work on everyone's computers. That's why that's why as we speak, I have to literally save up and wait for a gaming PC just to work on this again. Because I get it, everyone and their mama love 1.1b. It's so cool, it looks so pretty, it's so fast in their eyes, it's so optimized. I get it and I understand. Okay, 1.1 can be good. It's just that I hate it because it's not stable. It's not stable, and if it was stable, it probably would have been at least number three, or like probably second, maybe third place of my favorite Mugen versions to use. Literally, because there is such thing as other Mugen versions, but it's really just an edited version of other of the builds of the ones we see now. But I'm gonna say this right now: I do not recommend 1.1b unless you have a gaming PC. I'm so serious. Because the crazy thing is, even with Mugen Matrix, you do sort of need a gaming PC for that because 18,000 characters. But really, you just need a computer with like good RAM and specs and everything. You'll be good. It doesn't even have to be a gaming PC. But Legacy, you need freaking a gaming PC, an advanced PC for this thing. Some people said, no, you don't. You don't need all that. But sadly, you do. Especially if you want to play something like this. That's why I was so lucky to even get this to work. Because literally, I was using more 1.0 characters on here than 1.1. I wish I was making that up, but I am not. So, yeah. Um, I'm just gonna end this video off by saying this. Um, I'm gonna end this video off by saying this. At the end of the day, this is just from my experience. This is coming from someone that has worked on Mugens for what, 3, 4, maybe 5 years now. I've worked on a lot of screen packs. I've worked on screen packs that's within Winmugen 1.0, 1.1. So this all comes from experience. This all comes from like out of nowhere. This doesn't just this didn't just pop out of my ass. I'm not talking out of my ass. This is legitimately what I went through with all these versions. And I'm just being honest. I'm just saying I'm just spilling the tea on every version and saying all the info about it. If you know learned a lot from this video and you officially know what version you want, that's great. Remember, if you want Winmugen, that's cool. If you want 1.0, that's cool. If you want 1.1, hell, that's cool too. I'm not saying, especially for 1.1, that I'm gonna beat your ass if you use it. It just doesn't, like, I'm not gonna do that. If you feel like, despite a lot of cons, you still want to give it a go because you feel like you could run it, go ahead. But this is just, a video of like which version you think is good, and really it's simple. Just it's based on what your PC can handle or what you think is better. I say, I say my experiences on it, what the features each version got, the cons, the pros and the cons, and which one I recommend, which one I don't recommend. What I most recommend is 1.0 if you want something stable. If you feel like you could, if you feel like you could run something with that depends on a little bit more resources, then fine, go get 1.1. You want something that's like very simple, old but gold, get get Winmugen or Winmugen Plus. That's all I can say on that. Hope you learned from this video. I'm sorry it feels like I'm rambling at this point. But I just thought to make this video because it's important that, if you're new to the Mugen community and you want to know which version is good for you, especially somebody's thoughts on which version you might think could be cool or beneficial, what's the features and stuff, I decided to step up and do it and let y'all know what's up. Because I want to look out for y'all. So yeah, if you have any questions, if you feel like this helped or if it didn't help, let me know in the comments. And yeah, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.